What's good? What's good? What's good, man? Y'all already know what time it is, man. Yeah, y'all already know what time it is, man. Just another Sunday, man. Just another Sunday. Blessed to be alive. Blessed to be alive, man. Yep. What's good, man? It's good, man. It's all good on my end, man. Like I said, just another Sunday, blessed to be alive, man. Oh, it's all good, man. You know, y'all got to understand one thing. In this world, man, guess what? In order for somebody else to be born, we got to die. And that's why I tell y'all all the time. Don't be the one where your family got to get a GoFundMe page for you. So, like I said, man, I know what it feels like to lose somebody that's real important, man. That's why I'm never on the outside looking in when people pass on, man. It is what it is, and can't nobody ever change that, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's for real. That's that part, man. But, you know, like I tell people, man, you know, through your struggle, that's where your strength comes from, man. You know, and once that happens in your life, man, ain't nothing you can do about it, man. So take care of your business while you're alive, man. And if there's anybody that you want to tell how you feel about them, whether it's good or bad, guess what? Go ahead and do it, man. That's why I tell people, man, that you don't ever have to wait till Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, birthdays. You don't have to wait till none of that. Just to tell somebody, guess what? How you feel about them. You know? Yeah, 13 was a hell of a blow, man. So, you know, that's just the backstory of me growing up, right? And not to tell that part of my situation to get somebody to feel sorry for me for the things I did in the rest of my life, man. Because like I say, I hold myself accountable for it, man, because it's many people have suffered tragedy and went on to become successful and never even been to prison, man, right? It just so happened, man, you know, when you stand in an oppressed environment with nothing to turn to, right? Only thing you can turn to is the streets, man. And people prey on people and situations, man. Especially when your mind haven't matured, man. You know, people on the outside looking in, they'll pray, man. And I was a good football prospect, man. Possibly could have went somewhere and been an important figure in somebody else's life versus me going to prison, spending 25 years, right? But it is what it is, man. You know. But we live and we learn, right? And that's just what that is, man. But that's another story, man. Like I said, salute Marcus, man. It's all good, man. I'm glad y'all checked the interview out, man. I know when most people seen it and they seen the cover art, they thought it was gonna be real spilled on somewhere else, man. But guess what? I'm so far away from that shit, I ain't got time for that, man. You know, it is what it is, man. And some people can't move on from certain situations. However, like I say, I'm one of the ones that can move on because for the most part, I'm not mentally attached to situations and people, you know. The only people that I'm really mentally attached to, man, is the people that add value in my life, man. If you don't hold no substance or add no value in my life, you the last person I'm worrying about on earth, man. And as soon as people figure that out, the better off they'll be, man. You know, because like I say, that situation I went through, as far as me being locked up, that shit didn't define who I am today, man. It just made me realize that if you don't want to be in an oppressed situation, as far as going through, struggling in life, guess what you got to do? You got to get out there and get it, man. Because ain't nobody going to give you shit. Ain't nothing free. Not even the air you breathe, right? Because if you breathe that on the wrong day, you can die, right? So like I said, man, I salute those that checked the interview out, man, whether you liked it or whether you didn't like it, right? It's my spiel, and it was just one of my spills that I've encountered in the 25 years that I was locked up, right? You know what I'm saying? Rename it to the day room talk and get some other states in the day room. Let's see if that ain't the field or AC cooling off. Like I say, man, the day room is what it is, man. And anybody welcome to the day room. You don't even have to be done been locked up. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all, man. We in the free society, man, but it's the day room. Cause check this out. You got people that ain't never been to prison, but locked up in certain shit. Locked in relationships, can't get out. Locked in the house and don't want to go out. So it's whatever spin you put on it. That's just the spin that I put on it. Like I said, man, I recreated the day room to remind people of the shit that they don't want to go through no more, right? And that's for real, man. So y'all got to understand that, man. The day room ain't just for people that's been locked up, man. It's for anybody that wants to come sit and conversate, man. What's up, Angelo, man? It's all good on my end. You already know what time it is, man. I can only do what I can do, man. You know, and I can't give you nothing but some real spill, man. And for those that don't want no real spill, man, you tuned in to the wrong channel, right? Like I told you last time, man, let's go to, for that Savage Drive gear, man. Let's go to www.com OG Hollywood Speaks. And it's on Shopify. Okay, somebody said, did you go to college in TDC? Yes. I did go to college in TDC. I did receive 2 degrees. I did that. Through the midst of all the stuff that I went through, that's one thing I'm most proud of that can't nobody take away from me. Yes, I did that. The first in the family. And let the truth be told, didn't even have a GED when I went to prison. So like I said, man, nobody can reap the reward of what I became, man. And can't nobody take that away from me. So for those that always see me in the day room and my emotions are always intact, that's because that's my field. I studied that, and I studied people. And the reason why I did that was this, because I knew one thing. Most people that are confined to a space for a long period of time, they recommend therapy. And where you gonna go to? They're gonna send you to a psychiatrist. So I'm ahead of the game on that. So that was my, and that's what I majored in. So when it came time for me to be released, I didn't want them to recommend that to me because of the shit I saw and the trauma that was imposed on a man's mental thought. So I said, you know what? I don't have to go see a specialist. Why? Because me and the specialist has the same degree. We got the same degree in psychology. So for people not to understand what the day room is created for is this. The guys in the day room, they don't have to go and pay money to see a psychologist. Why? Because sometimes people don't want to give their spiel to people they don't know, right? So what I did was I went and got that degree so I could be able to talk to brothers, sisters, as if I was sitting in the office and them talking to somebody they don't know. So do the math. Would men and women be comfortable talking to somebody that what they went through, or somebody that think they know what they went through and they never haven't seen in their life. So yes, the answer to that, yes, I do hold 2 college degrees, man. And I'm most proud of that. And the people in my family were able to see that, me walk across that stage after doing what I did. And that's for real. And that's facts, man. So like I say, man, it is what it is, man. That's why I never get emotion, man. That's why I try to tell people, man, it's 2 types of people in this world. People that's gonna win and people that's gonna lose. And you only lose because you wanna lose. And that's facts, man. And you know, I don't even have to do this, man. I don't have to do this, man. But I feel like, man, that people need to hear this, right? Because just so people to know, man, if I leave YouTube now, or if I leave any of this social media, my life is still the same, man, because I built it. I built it to not depend on anybody other than the people I'm surrounded with, man. Do I have all this shit figured out? No, man. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't got it figured out. But what I do have figured out, I never ever in my fucking life give anybody remote control to me again, right? And that's for real. So it wasn't easy, man. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, man. You know, and to go back to the age of 13, man, to be able to see that, you know what I'm saying? To be able to see that in front of me, you know, it was damaging, man. Because like I was saying on the video, right? The things we do most in the world, man, we don't do them for pops, man. We do it for mom. If anybody ever noticed, man, everybody look for Mother's Day, right? Mama can get whatever she want, but we always put pops on the back burner. And it ain't taking nothing from pops. We know one thing. Even before a man loved a woman in his life, his mama was his first love. And that's facts. That's why mama can always get what she want. Have anybody noticed when any professional player go pro and they ask him, what you gonna do with your first check? I'm gonna buy my mama a house. And daddy can be standing right there next to her. But it's always about mama. Cause win, lose, or draw, guess what mama gonna say? That's my baby. You can be 100 years old and you always gonna still be baby to mama. So ain't no getting around that, man. And just to share this, man, every year on a certain day, right? It always come to my mind, right? It always come to my mind that my birthday is the same as my mama's birthday, right? So that's never to be forgotten, man. It's kind of like that's the substance I was telling you about. See, substance can come in your life all type of ways, man. But on that day that I was born, it was my mama's birthday. So that's the substance. And that substance stay with me every day. You know, that reminds me of, you know, how special I was to a person when they existed on this earth, right? So in other words, when people say, I do it for my mama, I'm still doing it for mama. Yeah, I'm still doing it for mama. That's why it was a must that I escaped that hellhole, man. And I did that. I escaped that hellhole, man. And I vowed never to go back, man, because that shit is too much. And when I did escape the hellhole, guess what? It wasn't back to the projects, man. Nah, it wasn't back to the projects, man. So for people that see me online, man, and to hear me speak, just know, man, I'm so far away from the projects, man. I don't even know what a food stamp look like. And not to knock the people that get help from the state. Because if I had it my way, you wouldn't even have to do that shit. Because I know what it feel like to wake up and not to know if the kid's gonna eat that day, right? I know what it feel like. I know the struggle. So everything that everybody else went through, I went through it too. I had a mama strong enough to not let us see that. The only way I knew that we was in an oppressed situation is when I went outside. But when I was in that house, you couldn't tell me that we was broke. Because there was always food in the icebox. We had color TVs when they had color TVs back then. All of us had beds. Wasn't nothing dirty in the house. It's only when I went outside, I knew, like, damn, I got to do something about this shit. I got to do something about this shit. But in my pursuit to do something about it, man, came up short. I came up short. You know? And that's facts. You right. Got plenty of food and Rodnick cereal. You ain't broke. You damn right I'm not broke. El Hombre, however you pronounce your name. No, I'm not broke. I'm not broke because I refuse to be put in a situation that's gonna allow me to depend on somebody else. That's facts. That's the reason why I'm not broke. And any man that is broke is on them. Because there's so many opportunities in society, man. You ain't even gotta be broke. You ain't never gotta be broke. But at the end of the day, if you don't put the work in, you're not gonna eat. And when you do decide to put the work in, and whatever you're doing, if it's the wrong thing, you're gonna give it back anyway. And once again, I call that hustling backwards. If you make all the money, only to give it back. You make all the money in the streets just to give it back to the people in the courts. And you think you street, right? You ain't street. Because a street man with no sense is a fool. And that's facts. I've been a fool before, man. But like I said, man, the wise man can play the fool, but the fool can never play the wise man. Remember that. In other words, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool them all the time. And the most part and the interesting thing about that is you can't fool yourself. You can't fool yourself wherever you at. When you walk outside and you fake like you ain't struggling, you only faking yourself out. You only faking yourself out. And that's real, man. But I refuse to fake me out. For those that don't know, man, the clock is winding down, man. The clock is winding. And when you get to a certain age, it starts to move faster. It starts to move faster. Oh, it's all peaches and cream now. When you 16, 17, 18, the shit is all peaches and cream. But when you reach another number, Your exit is just right around the corner. And that's for real. What's my thoughts on the thoughts of the new skinny generation guys growing up? I'm assuming that's what that is, right? Well, let me answer that, man, the best way, man, because like I say, these people are so emotional, man. People are so emotional, man. People hate constructive criticism. People hate to be criticized at all. People hate for anybody to have an opinion about them. So let me answer that, man, without offending people that are skinny in this generation or wear the skinny clothes, right? To each his own. Simple answer. That's a simple answer. To each his own. If you choose to wear clothes that are too small for you, men or women, to each his own. But you are what you represent. And that's facts. So when if you a man and you go around other men with clothes that are so tight that a motherfucker can see the genitals that you possess, don't ask them what they looking at. Don't ask them what they looking at. It's the same thing with a woman. If you go around a gang of women or men and your fucking clothes are so tight to where it look like they painted on you, guess what? Don't ask them folks what they looking at. You need to ask yourself, why am I dressed like this? People only dress for attention, man. Right? And ain't nothing wrong with that. Because at the end of the day, guess what? It's you. It's you. But as long as you exist on this earth, people are gonna have an opinion about you. They're gonna have an opinion about you. I don't care whether you're doing good or whether you're doing bad. People are gonna have an opinion about you. That's just the way of the world, and that shit ain't gonna change. And that don't mean a person is disrespecting you. People are entitled to their opinion. And the only people that don't want other people to have opinion about them is people that can't think outside the box. But people are gonna judge you every day, man. So get used to it. In other words, get some tough skin, man. Get some tough skin, man. And that's for real. Facts. It's just an opinion. So why do people get upset? I answer that. Because people want to have an opinion about the next man or next woman, but when it hits home, they don't want it. Yeah. Well, I put it like this, man. Speaking on that note right there, right, as far as my wife being solid, right? The woman is only solid as the man. Simple as that. The woman is only solid as the man. It's a lot of women that are real solid. But the reason why they are not solid as they should be is because the man has flaws. Look at this here, man. And while we on this shit, man, I'm gonna give a ball, a strike, man. Ball, a strike, right? And some people might get offended by it, but I don't care, man. This is just my personal opinion, man. When I got released, man, right? When I got released, I seen so many men with women. And that don't mean the men are gay. But I seen so many men with women that their clothes were just as tight as the woman that they was with. Their hair was just as long as the woman. Of course, I was blown away. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why do these dudes got these tight ass clothes on? Why are their hair as long as the woman's hair? Then I began to realize, man, that the men of day, man, are more feminine. They more feminine now. And you can't change that. You can't change that. You will find a woman that will stand up for the man before the man will stand up for the woman. Facts. This is the time that we living in. This is the time we living in, man. And that's real spill. So I had to understand that in life, man, that's just what it is, man. The thing, okay, let me say this deal though. You say we do better than the people who've been free all their life, and we pass them up in a few years being free. In some instances, I gotta agree with that. I really do have to agree with that, right? But that's a two-headed sword though. Cause for one, some men that are released, man, will have a whole book of dreams and the shit they gonna accomplish when they get out, man. But they forget one thing. Society have moved on without them. And they have to reprogram themselves again. And once they go through the reprogramming stage, guess what happens? They get discouraged. And everything that they thought they wanted to do, they don't do none of it. And I think the biggest mistake that a man can make is thinking he's worth more than he is, right? So, take me for instance, and y'all know I like to use me because I can't offend me. I can only talk about me and tell the truth, right? When I was released, right? I had to work on the leg monitor. Been out of society for 25 years, 89% of my life, right? So, it was a job offer came to me. Never forget, Salvation Army. And it was given to me by a friend. They said, but we only pay $7.25 an hour, right? $7.25 an hour. I said, man, you want to pay a man with 2 college degrees $7.25 an hour, man. But I had to remember one thing. Guess what that was? It was a man with 2 college degrees that have never been back into society. You've been locked away in a cell for 25 years. So everything in my mind said, you know what? This is your test, man. You've been tested today. This job is on the table for a reason. This to test to see if you are a rehabilitated man, a man that is willing to start from the bottom. So I woke up that morning with a GPS leg monitor on, right? Went up there to the Salvation Army with my mental on tight, and guess what I said to myself? This is where it begins at, man. But this is not where it's gonna end at. Stayed there, learned the ins and outs, got to socialize with people that's in society again, warded off that motherfucking, that penitentiary mentality, and guess what happened? Things started to change. The wheels started to turn. And that's fact. Things started to change and the wheels started to turn. Before you know it, I went from $7.25 to $15 an hour somewhere else. And I knew I was on the right track. And went from $15 an hour to $19 an hour. But I had to understand that Don't ever think you more than you worth when you release from a system that you've been confined to for a substantial amount of years. I think that's what the worst thing that a man can do is come home and think that he's worth more than he's really worth. People are only gonna pay you for what you know. And the more you know, the more money you make. And as simple as that. But at some time and point, guess what I said to myself? This is what I did tell myself, right? That I've been governed by people for 25 years. So I really don't take instructions well. And I came to the conclusion, you know the reason why you don't take instructions well? Because you come to a point in your life to where you have to be your own boss. Punching clocks don't work for you no more. You have to create something that's gonna take care of you. And that's what I did. So I'm self-employed now. And that's hard. And it's not easy being the boss. It's not easy being the boss. And I see why everybody in society don't own a business. Because there's no manuscripts that come up with that shit. There's no manuscript with coming up with owning your own business. Because now you're in charge of paying people. You went from people paying you to now you paying people. But sometimes, you know what? We ask it to rain, but we forget about the mud. See, the mud gotta come with that shit. And what I mean the mud gotta come with that is when you become in charge, it's a lot of shit come with that. Now you have to learn how to file taxes. Now you have to get an EIN number. You have to do all of that shit just to stay relevant out here in this rat race. But I'm willing to do that because I know one thing. Ain't nobody gonna save me. Ain't nobody coming back to save me. And if I wanna live the life I wanna live, I got to keep learning, man. That's why I tell people when they ask me, hey, do you smoke or do you drink? No, but I don't knock the person that smoke or drink because I used to do that. I used to do that. I used to do a lot of shit that I don't do no more. But in order for me to get to the next level, I can't do that. You cannot, I can't do that. I can't afford to do that. Because every day is game 7 for me, man. Every day is game 7 for me. I'm battle tested every day. My character is tested by free world people. People that I'm with in meetings. They tested my wit and my character every day. And there's nobody that'll answer these questions but me. And I'll be the first to tell you, it's a lot of shit they talk about that I don't know. But they don't know that I don't know. And that's the key to it, man. That's the shit I convince myself that I can do. But it's substance behind everything I do, man. I don't want to live in the projects no more. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not digressing, man. I'm not digressing. Been there, done that. I don't want to be in prison no more. Much prefer to be right here. And the only way that I stay free is surround myself with people of value and things of value, man. And I don't knock nobody for doing what they do in the streets. But you should know this here. The streets are undefeated, man. Them hoes are undefeated. So, but we live and we learn, man. Some of us learn the hard way, some of us learn the easy way, and some of us don't learn at all, right? I'm one of the ones that learn. And you know, I know some people say, well, you can save whoever, right? I beg the difference on that, man. I had somebody ask me the other day, man, can you save the kids? But I had to be honest with myself, though. So I had to be honest with that person, right? The only body that can save anybody in any situation is self. Simple as that. You ask yourself, the people on this chat right now, can anybody save you? And I'm quite sure you're going to say the only person that can save me is me. Like I always say, I know people believe in the higher power and God coming back, and we pray and we do all the things necessary to make us feel good, right? But I'm here to tell you right now, and it's going to hurt some people's feelings, but I'm going to keep it 110 all the way across. When Jesus was nailed to the cross with thorns in his head, right? Bleeding from head to toe. Bleeding from head to toe, right? Guess what? If I was Jesus, earth would be the farthest thing from my mind. Because when I was here, y'all didn't appreciate me. But now that I'm gone, you pray to me every day. I'm here to tell you, if and when he do decide to come back, everybody ain't going. So you better hope your number get called, because it's in the Bible. When he do come back, for those that believe in the Bible, it's going to be only a chosen few that catch that flight. The rest of us going to perish. Simple as that. And it's the true saying, man. Everybody want to go to heaven, but guess what? But don't nobody want to die. Right? Everybody want to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die. Everybody want to live forever. But like I just told you, in order for somebody else to be born, you got to die. So think about what I'm saying. Just think about what I'm saying. You don't want to accept it because you feel like you're going to leave somebody behind. And if you sleepwalking on this earth anyway, you already dead. They just ain't laid you down. I don't know who I'm talking to. If you wake up every day, and you ain't taking care of no business to prepare for what's next, you sleepwalking. And that's facts. Yep. You start watching when I was in the snow. That day I'm outside. Yeah, I'm outside, man. I was outside. Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, I can't change people's mind. Because they say the first impression is the best impression. It's really not, though. Because my first impression, if people would have seen me years ago, they wouldn't want nothing to do with me, because I was armed and dangerous. I was crazy. I had to be crazy to do the shit that I did. To go up in places and act like I acted. I was fucked up. That's why I say the first impression is the best impression. And when people tell me that, I tell them what I just told y'all. Years ago, you wouldn't want to see me. You wouldn't want to see me if you owned a place of business, because it was by any means necessary with me. All I thought about was what I needed to provide for my situation. And that's facts. So it is what it is, man. And that's real spill. So man, so you say my people in the D say you 100, I'm in Houston. I put it like this, man. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, you know. But you know, people gonna have their perception of people, who they are, what they want them to be, and whatever picture they want to paint of that person, right? And I'm fine with that. See, you know, that's why I tell you, when you see me in the day room and through all the chaos and everybody doing their thing or whatever, I'm gonna smile through it all, man. Because the hardest thing in my life that I had to accept that was tragic to me was in 1981. Anything after that is real small to me. And I understand one thing. Every morning I wake up, life exists on a chance, man. And every day I keep growing old, I'm reaching my goal to leave this motherfucker. I'm one of the ones that can sit down with you and talk about it, because I'm not shaken by it. Most people in this world, they don't want to discuss that. And that's for real. They don't want to discuss that because they think they're going to be here forever, man. We ain't going to be here forever, man. We ain't going to be here forever, man. And I don't know where you're going. But I ain't never seen nobody come back when they leave this motherfucker. I prayed like hell in 81 that shit could happen. And it never happened. So it's like this, man, and I say it like this here, man. Some people believe a lie before they believe the truth, man. People are just that delusional. They can look a gift horse in the face and can't even recognize it. And that's for real. Yep. And ain't nothing nobody can do about that, man. It's just like when you was growing up, they taught you to believe in Santa Claus. And you believe that shit as a kid. But as soon as you got of age, you knew it wasn't no Santa Claus. You've been duped the whole time as a kid. And that's for real. Like I said, the answer, Lord, you can show up in the day room whenever you get ready, man. Ain't nobody in the day room got a problem, man. It's a free word day room, man. Come in there and voice your opinion, man, whether it's good or whether it's bad, man. But all I can say is this, man. Whoever in the day room might challenge you, but don't run off. Mental sparring is good, man, because it can prepare you for something in your life that's in the future. It might not be right now. It might not be tomorrow, but you always want to have people challenge you from a mental standpoint for various situations in your life, man. But everybody ain't built like that. You know? The people ain't built like that. And that's for real. So, you know, and just whoever this is, you say your favorite PO or whatever it is, people will believe whatever they make them feel better in the moment. And that's facts. But we gotta remember, physical only lasts for a moment, but mental lasts forever. How many people hold on to mental dreams? And what I mean by mental dreams, that means the shit that they've been through in their life, whether it's good or bad. How many people hold on to that? So, anyway, man, been in 48 minutes, man. So, anybody want to contribute to the channel, man, y'all already see what's in the channel, man. So, do whatever you feel is necessary, man. And anybody want to purchase the Savage Drive gear, man, you go to www.com, OG Hollywood Speaks, man. It's on Shopify. And that's as plain as I can put it, man. For those that's gonna buy it, buy it. For those that's not, it's all good. And for anybody that wants to support the channel and the movement, man, y'all already see. It's in the bio. It's on the page. It's on all the screens, right? What's up, Nacho, man? It's all good. You already know me. You know I'm the same as I was when you was a CO, man. It ain't changed. It's the same thing. I'm just free now. So like I said, man, if it means anything to you, you want to support the channel, it's in the channel, man. You can go there and find that, support it. If not, do whatever you feel is necessary for you to get to the next level, man. And that's facts, man. So for anybody, man, that joined late, man, I've been on here 47 minutes and 50 seconds, man. Like I said, I would like to do this every day, man. But unfortunately, I can't, man. Because if I spend a lot of time here, guess what? That means there's nothing getting taken care of at the house, right? What's up, John Counter? What's good? So if anybody in here want to ask me any kind of question before I leave, man? Because I'm finna get ready to get out of here, man. And that's facts, man. So for anybody that have what's up, John? It's all good. So you like to feature me on your podcast? My email. You can find me in my email. Send me an email. I'll be glad to join, man. And that's facts. Just send me an email, man. We'll see what we can do. And that's real spill, man. So like I say, as a matter of fact, what is the name of the podcast? So when I stopped playing football, I stopped playing football when I was in 11th grade, man. You know, I had big aspirations and dreams, man, but life had other plans for me, man. So, and to answer somebody else's question that was earlier, that was in the chat, man, they said, do I still work out? Yes. Marcus Hall. Am I gonna do them old school prison stories? Man, I wish I could say yes to that, but at this moment, man, you know, things happen in phases, man, right? You know, it's kind of like, not to say you want to move on from things, right, that satisfy other people, right? But it happened in phases, man. So I'm not gonna say yes to that, because if I commit to that and don't do it, I don't want you to look at me in another light, like, man, damn, you didn't do what you say you was gonna do. So we'll just play it by ear, to be honest with you, right? So he said, what's your max bench, right? Well, I look at it like this, man. I'm more of a calisthenic type of person, man. Cause I always have in my mind, put it like this here. So the email is ahrh2018@gmail.com. Once again, it's ahrh2018@gmail.com. Did you get that? So give me a thumbs up if you got that email. Did you get that email? Let me know if you got the email. So, like I said, it is what it is, man. And we're gonna do what we do, man. And we're gonna keep putting on, but we're gonna keep putting on for the real, man. And I ain't gonna come on here faking like it's all good. You never ever hear me come on here asking for anything. You never ever hear me ask for anything, however, but it's appreciated. You know, I'll probably be the last one to ask anybody for anything. Why? Because, like I tell you, the first law of nature for me is self-preservation, right? I only depend on me, and that's facts. I only depend on me. So we can only do what we do in this world. You say, what's the name of that work you do? What work? So, like I said, your favorite PO, did you get that email? It's ahrh2018@gmail. And we'll see if we can get together and have a sit down and see what we can come up with, right? And that's facts. So for anybody that didn't watch the interview on Real Live Tunes, man, go and watch that, man, and it's informative information, man. Oh yeah, oh, so you saw me put that together inside that kitchen. Well, what I was doing, cause I'm certified and I have several trades, man, that allows me to put things in place that normal people can't do, that doesn't have the skills, right? So that was I am a certified electrician, man. And I was putting a machine together where it has to have like cartridges for those ice machines, but it was electrical work involved and nobody wanted to do it, so, you know, they called me to do the job, man. You know, it was simple to me. In other words, like I just said a few minutes ago, you get paid for what you know. But some people think getting a certification is hard. No, all you have to do is apply yourself. But most people can't do that. And I understand we're living in a society, man, where people have a short attention span, right? And most people that, you know, and that's real, man. I just think, man, that you know, the attention span right now, man, is very short, man. And the more you pay attention, the more you learn, man. Not only by situation, you learn more about yourself. You know, and that's for real. So, oh, you said I need a TikTok account. But man, you know what though, man? Rome wasn't built overnight, man. And I ain't no hearing, man. So, and that ain't no insult on what you just said. It means that I always take my time and look at it. And I measure it out, man. Is the risk greater than the reward? And whatever I come up with, that's the way I move. You know, is the risk greater than the reward? And if it's a yes, then I move that way. But if it's not, I stay away. And once again, I'm not Ray Lewis, man. And what I mean by Ray Lewis, I don't want to be on every tackle, man. You know how some people want to be on every tackle. In other words, with this right here, they want to be a part of every conversation, man. I don't want to be a part of everybody's conversation, man. Because people really can't take what I give, man. You know, because it's a lot of things in the world that I got a black heart to. And most people's heart bleed red. In other words, what I'm saying is where people have feelings that I don't. I don't have feelings in areas that people have feelings in. You know, some people go to a funeral and they just be knocked down, dragged out crying. Here I come along and sit down and won't shed a tear. So in other words, it makes me look alienated because I'm not doing what the next person doing. And they mind and be like, damn, he don't care. That don't mean I don't care. That means that our thought process are not the same because I understand we got to leave this place, man. I think that's the biggest thing in society that people can't accept. And that's facts, man. You know, but, you know, it takes a while for you to reach that point, man. But you got to have something to measure up against that. And at 81, I measured up against that at an early age, man. So any kind of pain, trauma, anything that comes after that is secondary, man. So that alone enables me to smile, man, when there's danger around. I can do that because I can process it better. And on top of that, when I was studying to get the psychiatry degree, man, that just made it even more worthy of good that I went through that at an early age. And all that shit just came full circle, man. And that made me who I am, man. So up against any adversity, guess what? I can smile through it all, man. And I can be feeling the same thing you feeling, but I just don't respond like normal people. And everybody can't do that. It's kind of like a Navy SEAL, man, when he know he got to go and kill somebody, man. That's why they call them special forces, because he can do it without flinching. Where the next person will come along and get ready to pull the trigger, and he'll be all over the place. So it take a special person to do that. So anyway, man, like I said, for those that didn't watch the interview on Real Tunes, man, go and watch it, man. It's real informative information, man. And when you watch that, you'll have a different perspective on standing in them streets, man. And like I said, even if you watch that, it's not gonna keep you from going to jail. Let's get that be clear. Let's let that be clear. Even if you watch that, it's not gonna stop you from doing what you wanna do. Nobody in society can stop you from winning or losing. That shit is solely up to you. Simple as that. But I tell you this, in your life, you have to measure risk and reward. And if the risk is greater than reward, walk away. Walk away. Because if you don't, it's gonna be some dark days. And everybody can't handle them dark days. And that's facts. So you only can be for real with yourself. But you have to have substance behind it. And I'm gonna leave you with this right here. If you're going through something in your life, right? I appreciate that, Sandra. It's all good. It's whatever you say it is, man. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that, man. You know? I mean, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. And that's fact. So, I mean, like I said, you ain't gonna satisfy everybody. You ain't gonna satisfy everybody. Everybody ain't gonna like the same car. Everybody ain't gonna like the same chips. That's why we different. And different make us good. So, with that being said, Sandra, it is what it is. That's all I can say. All closed eyes ain't sleep. Exactly. Because guess what? Some of them sleep with one eye open and one eye closed. And some of them don't sleep at all. And the ones that don't sleep at all, you can tell. So it is what it is, man. But y'all still be safe out there, man. And I wish I could tell you I'll be on here tomorrow, but I don't want to lie to you. I wish I could tell you that, and I wish I could be on here. But it's called a call of duty, man. And when they call, wherever the check is at, that's where I'm going. Because like I said, it's hard being the boss. But this is what I signed up for, man. So for anybody that got to punch a clock tomorrow, man, on real shit, man, don't let nobody discourage you and tell you that's fucked up. That's really good. Punch that clock, take care of your family, and stay on top of your business, man. And don't ever let nobody discourage you, man. And that's facts. Don't ever let nobody discourage you or persuade you to do anything other than staying free and taking care of the home front, man. And for all those fathers that got kids, man up. If you ain't been doing a good job, guess what? Go back to the drawing board, reprocess that shit, and bring it back to the table, man. And that's for real. And that's facts. Once again, Sandra, it's all good, man. Everything understood don't have to be explained. Everything understood don't have to be explained, right? I'm gonna ask you something. Have anybody ever did anything for you for free? If the answer is yes, that means you deserve that, right? And in this world, some of us deserve what we get, whether it's good or whether it's bad. But it's up to you to decipher what's good for you and what's bad for you. That's all I can say. Once again, man, up under pressure, I'm cool, calm, and collect, man. Nothing disturbs me, man. My water will never be disturbed by individuals speaking. And that's real. I'm trained to do this shit, man. I'm trained to do this shit, man. So, like I said, this, most people ain't built for this shit. Most people can't do that. Up in any kind of pressure, it's over. And I once used to be that type of person. They diagnosed me as an impulse thinker. That means I move fast and I do shit fast. That was one of my flaws. But when I got to know me, I corrected that shit. So in other words, I don't dance at nobody else's music, man. And I don't wait for nobody to set no table for me to eat. The best table in life for you to sit is your own table, so you can feed your own self. And that's real. But understand this. The most important thing, man, is this. Is that I tell people this. Sometimes we gotta mind our business, man. Because if not, you're gonna jump in a hearse. And that's facts. So still, until next time, man, y'all stay blessed up, man. Peace, man. And y'all still stay standing on business, man, and stay out of the way, man. And don't get caught up in this fake ass storm out here, man.